was sort of an oddity. I could see, and I guess the county was maybe proud of it too, because they always treated me very fairly. I made them take the signs down in the bathrooms that said colored and white. And I was sort of a showcase, so to speak. As I said, I was sitting on the bench sometime, and I'd see people come by the hall, pass by my office, and as you pass by, you slow to maintain the image. But that didn't bother me, and I knew that. So all in all, I was very well respected and supported by the system.
My path to becoming a judge was through the Judicial Nominating Commission, and it was one that had to be filled with perseverance and patience and being thoroughly prepared. It was one that took several times to get through that process. I actually went through the JNC process 3 different occasions. On the first 2, my name was not sent up to the governor. The 3rd time around it was. And it's all about timing in life. And it was the time for a Black woman to have an opportunity to serve people of Palm Beach County.
When I left law school, I joined a small litigation firm. And when 2 vacancies occurred on the trial bench, the trial bar was anxious to have a trial lawyer become a judge. So I was asked to apply, and I did, and I was appointed.
I'm a senior judge now. I previously was appointed in 1991 as a county judge and served from 1991 until I retired in 2018. I come from a family of first to graduate from high school, first to graduate from college, went on to law school, and was appointed in 1991, as I previously said, by the governor, not through the elected process, and served until 2018.
An opening came up on the 19th Circuit, and while I missed the first shot at the position, I got the second shot. So with my husband's encouragement. And I served there for 3 years. Before the legislature created 3 positions on my present court, the 4th District, and the lawyers in my district, as well as some judge friends, encouraged me to apply. And I did, and I got the position through a lot of hard work. And I guess, as you say, the rest is history. I've been here since 1989.
I think to the extent that there was any gender bias that I suffered, it was the nuanced kind, the subtle kind. No one told me you can't have this job because you're a woman, but you suffer it in different other ways, subtle ways. On appellate courts or committees, I suffered the same discrimination that practically every woman I know suffers. You make a statement during a meeting and notice is not taken of it, but when that same statement is repeated by one of the men, everybody says, "Oh, what a great idea."
I guess the first obstacle was actually when I became a lawyer trying to find a job, because this was in 1974 when I graduated from law school, and I was coming back to Stuart, Florida, a small town. And back then, there weren't any female lawyers around here. And actually all of the law firms that I applied to were not interested in hiring a woman. I mean, they made it clear that they were not interested in hiring a woman. Fortunately, the firm I went to in Fort Pierce, they were much more progressive in that regard and gave me my first job.
Well, the system itself was good. Everybody gave me the utmost respect when I was finally past the bar. And of course, when I passed the bar, being the first, I was quite respected in the Black neighborhood. I was referred to basically as our judge, because everybody was happy to see. I don't think that the system was that bad. The system here in Palm Beach County made every effort to try to have a separate but equal system.
Because I was appointed in 1991, I was the first Hispanic. And to be honest, at that time, there were some female judges, but they were limited in number. there were more on the county bench than there were in the circuit bench, but there were women judges.
I can tell you that I don't know that many people can say this, but there was not one day that I minded going to that courthouse to work for the people of Palm Beach County. And I feel very fortunate to be able to tell you that, because that's not always the case. But with any job, you have responsibilities, and there are always good times and sometimes not so good times. But those not so good times were very few. And the role of a woman on the bench can be a little bit different than the role of a man on the bench. Particularly for a Black woman on the bench, I think it took a moment for people to realize that there was someone that looked a little bit different there. And that did change over time, but it did take some getting used to, and acceptance of rulings that may not have been as advantageous or a little bit adverse to you, and that you may not have liked them, but you had to receive them. And in time, folks got so they could accept any type of ruling as long as it was based on the law and the facts.
Inclusiveness is terribly important if you want democracy to have any credibility. You want all the people that are part of that democracy represented. But more importantly, especially on appellate courts, you want a diverse point of view. That's the whole point. The more diverse experiences that are represented in the opinions that are being voiced by the judges in a particular case, the more assured I think one can be that a fair result is going to be reached.
Having diverse views from different types of people, as well as different legal experiences, hopefully lends to the better and more development of the law, because many viewpoints are included in the decision-making process.
Diversity benefits everyone. And the fact of the matter is that if you can see it, you can be it. And so therefore you need to be able to see people who look like you. It makes a big difference. It's not like you don't want to see other people, but it's important that you see folks that look like you. So people, when they walk into the courtroom, they feel as though all are represented, not just some. And diversity on the bench allows you to get outside of your bubble and to think with other groups and thought-provoking folks that have other positions on things that will expand your horizons and broaden your mind and make you more engaged and more willing to accept different perspectives. And it benefits everyone, because it is said that we are stronger together, and that's for sure.